Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut. It's Chris Bernes, it's Chris Lynch, it's Matt Marsh. This is Dysfunction Junction.
Most of Matt Marsh.
I can't hear you guys again.
All right, you lost us again? Motherfucker.
Lynch, can you hear me?
No, I don't think you can.
What's going on over there?
I don't know. It's him. It's always
He's
him.
got better equipment than I do, though. I figured it would have been me.
It's always him.
On the top of his head, he does anyway. Welcome back, everybody.
You bastard.
God, we're gonna laugh. We're gonna laugh. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Originally, I thought this was gonna be an angry bullshit show. It's not.
Can't hear you.
You got nothing, huh? All right, stop finding your computers at the dump. Go out and get you a nice laptop like the one I got here, and maybe someday you will have something nice to tell your kids about, should you have them. Anyway, look, we're into... I don't even know what to say at this point. Guys, welcome to Dysfunction Junction.
Fuck yeah.
My name's Chris Bernes. Lynch will be back with us in a minute.
Maybe.
The producer extraordinaire, the man with no hair, Michael P.S. Herman.
What is up?
And in the bottom square, ladies and gentlemen, his name is Paul. Actually, it's Matt Marsh.
With my mini
With a Stanley Cup. That's the only Stanley Cup ever.
Yeah, no
Not
shit.
that pink bullshit
Not
your
that other
wife
nonsense.
carries around.
Oh, we got a comment. Nerdverse TV.
Oh, do we? Hello, Nerdverse TV, whoever you are. Thank you for joining us.
Right on.
You want, dude? All right. I'm addressing the elephant-sized thing in the room. Lynch is back. Welcome, Lynch.
Yeah.
Got anything? Anything?
Can he sign?
Bueller,
Nothing?
can you wave? Blink if you're in trouble.
Two syllables.
Okay. Smokey is the bandit. Okay.
Damn it.
I got nothing. And he's frozen, it looks like. He's not even happy in that picture.
No.
Can we address the elephant-sized thing in the room? Marsh,
Yo.
of all the days to pick, first of all, it's April Fool's
I didn't
Day.
think this through.
Can you hear?
Clearly.
Lynch?
Lynch, are you alive? Is he frozen or?
Is he having a stroke?
No, it's. I don't know. It's something's up.
Oh, I saw his eyes move. Okay, he's functional.
Okay.
All right, I got you.
Oh,
All right.
hey,
All right.
he's moving.
There he
He's
is.
hearing.
There he
He's
is.
speaking. Listen, if
Tell him
you
in the
want to
room,
do, yeah, I'm telling you this now. If you ever decide to do some silly shit like this again, could you at least let the panel know so we're prepared for what we're about to see, and explain to Nerdverse TV and everyone else out there why you look like Phil Collins and Paul Heyman had a baby?
I was just trying to tidy up.
Well, I did too, but I went the opposite direction and kind of,
Oh, you
made
glued
myself
hair
look.
on?
No, I tried to make myself look
went
normal.
this week.
No, I
I
trimmed.
didn't cut a big horseshoe in my head.
It's all shaped.
Should have done a big
I
M.
trimmed mine nice and tight because I don't have an extra chin no more.
You don't have the waddle
No, you don't.
either. Look, man, you got like that. Herm's
He's got
killing
the neck-
it.
He's got the neck vagina.
I got like
The neckgina.
Oh.
this like sexy bones and shit over here. Like
Somebody remember Nerdverse TV? I want to look up. I want to look them up and find out
I
who they
didn't-
are.
like, my armpits are so fucking deep now because of my chest muscles and the way that they're not filled with fat. Like my chest muscles are so big and so
Nice.
deep. There's like these. Look, it's a hole, bro.
Well, that's since the damn armpit. I mean, it's supposed to be.
It's yeah.
cavern.
there's- The muscles
I don't-
is it's. I have bones that stick out and shit now. I'm like legitimately afraid of like breaking a collarbone because like they're just fucking exposed.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I mean, you're no more fragile than you ever were. You just don't have the insulation.
No,
It's not like you've. It's
no,
not like
but
you
going back to
anorexic yourself.
off-roading, but going back
Oh
to
well, that's true.
two-wheel
Yeah, that
off-roading,
insulation would have helped.
There's yes, big, no, I swear to God, like all of a sudden
Right.
I'm fragile again, and it's I don't
You-
like it.
You went from wearing a padded sumo suit down to fucking
Yeah, to
stick
having
figure
to
stuff.
buy like $1,000 worth of armor to make sure I stay safe and not broke and be able to ride
Yeah.
back.
Iron Herm.
Like I dropped the
Yeah.
bike like 2-3 times yesterday.
Well, I mean, I guess. Well, you
Part of the
you,
fucking
you
part of the route.
you never ease into anything. So I mean, go big or go
Oh
home.
no. Yeah. Go herm or go home.
Right.
I was.
Yeah.
I
Go home
did-
or go home.
I thought I was easing into it.
Yeah.
How'd that work out?
It worked out pretty good. I mean, you know, sometimes you just got to let your fear fuck off because
He got the tip in.
there's drift when you're on shale and on rock, and that thing feels you can't freak out. Like you just got to let it go and trust. There's some fucked up shit your mind has to go through. Like you could die, but you can't do anything about it because it will make you die harder, faster, quicker.
Right on.
Situation.
If you think you're dead,
Right.
Well, it's one of the first.
If you think you're gonna die, hit the gas. That's literally the off-road rule.
So that explains what happens to your head. You were riding Herm's motorcycle. You're starting to get a little wonky. You stopped with your head. All the hair just ran away.
Herb's
Clearly,
motorcycles in
out,
Colorado.
throttle out. That's it. Throttle out.
It
baby.
sounds better than the explanation you gave.
It's
I
like
just
the
like
first
it.
rule of.
I just like to switch it up every now and again.
Clearly.
I mean,
That's like the
you know,
first rule of off-road biking.
I mean, let me
Is-
elaborate on that. I like to switch it up in a strictly hetero kind of way. I don't switch it up. You
That
know,
got that trumps whatever Lynch was about to say, but
Yeah, up. I don't switch up.
Yeah.
No, but that's like the
Somehow-
first rule of dirt biking is just you got to go with it. Don't fight it because if you fight it, you're gonna fuck yourself up even more.
Like carrying a glass of water. Like you can't watch the water while you're walking through craziness.
You
just
got to
have
look straight
carry a
ahead.
glass of water and do what you got to do and let your body do its thing. You cannot react. You just have to let your body do its thing and not actually consciously move. You just gotta fucking ride it out. And it on loose shale, on a 500-pound dirt bike, adventure bike, it's an eerie feeling when
It is.
you know you're floating, and that thing is 500 fucking pounds, man.
You also haven't done it in a while.
No, and that's why I was doing what I considered taking it easy. I was pushing limits on terrain, but I was not ripping through it. I'm just trying to see and get my sea legs back under me.
Right. But, you know, the fact that,
where I can rip.
you know, A, you haven't done it in a while, and B, you know, you're not the same at 52 that you were at 35, 40. So it's going to be a little different.
10-4 on that.
all right. Well,
You ever
thank
been
you,
on-
Nerdverse
you ever been on a-
TV.
You ever been in a death wobble on a bike, Mike? You ever had that happen to you?
I can induce one on my fucking Vulcan any day of the week.
I mean, it happened to me a lot.
Tap.
Cruisers are like that. It especially if the weight is just a little bit off than what you normally ride with. Yeah, it's when that fucking front fork is.
Yeah,
And most young
require
kids
about
freak the fuck out.
3.5 to 4 pounds of pressure on the bars to keep them just steady.
Yeah.
Now I don't
Yeah.
balance my tires. I don't run. I do on this bike because it's easier because it's spokes. But
Right.
I don't normally balance the tires on my motorcycles. I use something called Dynabeads.
Yes.
Yeah. I heard
Yes,
of
those are actually safer. Not those kind of beads.
Oh,
They,
sorry.
no, they're little tiny ceramic balls that you load by the
Yeah.
size of your tire into the tire. And when you come to a stop, they sit at the bottom. And then when you take off, they roll a little bit. And as they roll, centrifugal force, they naturally, through the process of physics and the rules of physics, they
They
go
throw outwards.
everywhere in the tire wherever it's
Right.
needed. So your heavy point has got some, but if there's a point that's out of balance and not perfect, there's a few balls just hanging out there while you're at speed. And once you
Yeah.
get above like 20 miles an hour, which is when really balancing starts to really mean something, that by then they're all distributed. So I just run Dynaballs and everything. And every time I change a tire, you just save them. You pull the core out and
Nice.
blow them into a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once upon a
Vacuum them out.
time, you could use 1/4-inch ball bearings, but the problem with those is friction and heat, so it would distort the tire.
Yeah, it would,
But
it kills. The
But if
inside.
you had like an emergency where you had to change a tire and didn't balance it, it would get you home.
Yeah, like these are
Yeah.
the Dyna beads are tiny. They are literally like the size of like scent beads in your laundry.
Yeah, they're tiny.
They're like half the size of a bead.
Little bitty.
Yeah, they go in like little tiny like the fucking insides of a pill. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that they have no actual weight, but they distribute and they don't cause any friction or fuck up your tire. Ball
Yep.
bearings will fuck up your tire, but these are little ceramic things and they're awesome. They're a little more expensive, but
Yeah, you're worth it.
Well worth it.
better.
Well
Well,
worth
the thing is you balance your tire, and then only when you put it on, and then as you ride that tire, it unbalances itself because you're.
Oh yeah,
wearing it
absolutely.
down. So with the Dyna beads, every time you take off from a stop, as your tire is wearing, it is constantly changing and rebalancing the tire mid-ride. If you lose a chunk of tire, it will literally, the Dyna beads, they've proven under tests, the Dyna beads all of a sudden just transfer and fix everything and make everything perfect. Just love
Nice.
Interesting.
Gotta love it.
Does your head itch as much as it looks like it does?
No, it doesn't itch at all.
Okay, just checking. Well, thank you, Phil Collins, for being here tonight.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you, Costanza.
You know, you've missed the last couple of weeks, but take a look at
I
you
know.
now.
it.
Well,
mean-
I missed the last couple of weeks. I mean, getting your asshole rebuilt's no fucking small feat.
We can build it.
Heard the
Bigger,
We have the
stronger,
technology.
faster.
Bigger,
600
stronger, tighter.
The 600 million peso man.
Dollar butthole.
That's it.
They
$6
actually.
million
goes
butthole.
Just that's like $13,000. Just
I'll forward you guys a video on that. They had like this 6,000 rupee man, and
Oh my
The
god.
that was it. It was
The Indian
600.
dude.
It was the 600 million peso man.
yeah,
There you go.
Guys, I
What
did
up,
the math.
Chaka? Chaka's in
literally
the comment
comes out to-
section
Oh, man.
tonight.
Yo,
You
yo,
got more comments
Chaka.
wow, right on.
$13,000 is what that comes out. to.
Nerdverse TV. Yes. What up?
I
fellas?
looked up Nerdverse TV, couple videos, probably new to the platform. I'm gonna check that out later. So
He's on
Nerdverse-
YouTube. Yep.
Yup.
Yo,
Working it.
baby.
Jen
Right on.
Sizer is watching on the Book of Face. Hello, Jen. How are you tonight?
Hello, Jen. Hello. Good evening.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. Herm, when it comes to you and your bike and doing the thing, you obviously thought it through. Not so much for the gentleman below you on the screen.
Oh, I thought it through. I was thinking about doing it for weeks.
What is wrong with you? Seriously.
I mean, sometimes you like to.
Where do we
experiment.
start?
I don't do piercings and tattoos, but if I give myself a haircut, it grows back. So who gives a fuck?
He has the piercings. I've got
God.
me and Lynch covered the tattoos. Herb has a couple.
Wait, what about wait?
Ah.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Never mind.
No. I beg you.
No, nobody wants to see your Prince Albert outside the can.
Never mind.
Good God.
You're welcome.
jeez.
Anyway,
Jesus fucking Christ.
so tonight
Put my.
I asked for the I asked for the floor, and I'm kind of more looking for your thoughts on this. And I'm sure we could fill 5 hours, but
Yes, you're the asshole.
tattoos- Oh, I know I'm the asshole on this one.
Oh, okay.
However, comma.
All right, Bubba.
Tattoos.
We live in a world where people self-diagnose everything, including other people. I had a conversation with a young person the other day, new parent. Anybody on this panel knows, so I'm not getting anybody in trouble, not speaking out of school. The child is 7 months old.
Oh, no.
And the complaint was, I think my kid, my newly minted son, has hearing loss. He doesn't respond to me the way I want him to. I'm like, wait till he's almost asleep. You know how you rock the little baby and they're just about to fall asleep, and
No.
bang your fist on the wall. Herm's a 3-time parent. I'm a parent. I've been around kids all my life. I used to do that shit to Emma just to fuck with her. She's almost asleep, and I would slap my hand on the chair just to make sure, because I worried about shit like that when Emma was little. Is she
Oh,
going to
yeah.
speak? Is she, everybody does. Is my kid born retarded? Whatever. I mean, well, she's my kid, so yeah, that's
A high
Of course.
probability.
yeah, no, more than 60% on that scale. But this whole self-diagnosis of things, my kid's on the spectrum. Oh, really? Well, did you go speak to a doctor? No, I just know. I went to WebMD. Here's the problem with WebMD that I have. I typed in a couple things when my foot was bothering me 3-4 years ago. Told me I had rickets.
You
I didn't have
could.
rickets. I could,
Yeah,
but I
could.
didn't. It turned out, strangely enough, to be gout.
Maybe it was
Rich
crickets.
Rich man's disease.
Yes, but I don't understand it. I'm asking for you guys to sort of enlighten me, because people, especially if you, like me, admittedly, all of us here are assholes. We know it. We own it. We all have our diagnoses. I'll start with Lynch, because someone can tell you, and I'm speaking to you on this one personally. Someone can tell you, well, you're an alcoholic, you need help. The true alcoholic learns they're an alcoholic. You don't just wake up one day and go, you know what, I'm a fucking alcoholic. You go through the process. I want help. I need help. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm going to go hearing something so you can try to diagnose, though. You'll have to expand on that, Jen, that comment, please. Hearing is something you try. Oh, hearing is something you can try and diagnose. That's what I said. Bang your hand against the wall. Drop a book on the floor when that baby's sleeping. You'll find out quicker than shit. But
Well,
for this young lady's case, it was they're not responding the way I want to.
But exactly, and not all hearing is a matter of being able to hear that. Some hearing is in speaking tones, and
Sure,
there's doesn't necessarily solve all fucking problems.
I didn't say it would solve it.
No, I'm just saying
not.
that I'm just going by how much of the story I know right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying is.
And I really don't want to blow their spot up, but we live in this hypersensitive world where now everything is self-diagnosed. We were talking earlier. What is the thing that you like to say, Marsh? I think it's you. The touch of the tism. Oh, my kid's on the spectrum. Really? Well, what did the doctor say? I didn't take him to the doctor. Okay.
I don't recall ever saying that, but okay.
Aren't you the touch of the tism, or is that Duke?
I've never heard of touchatism.
that must be Duke. That's
Does
Duke.
Duke
gotta
have
be
my
Duke.
hairline?
Yes.
You may be getting us confused.
When he's not wearing the captain's hat, yes.
That captain's hat is pretty sweet, I gotta say.
Yeah, it is.
I do like that hat.
Check it out tonight. We have the he always has above the yellow line on his hat. We got Taylor Kitchen, the founder of Above the Yellow Line, coming on the show tonight. She's gonna have some fun.
I'm definitely in agreement with this Jen Sizer broad about a lot of this.
Broad. Oh, she'll kick your ass for that. Jen is 2 fists and dynamite, and I love her for it. Everything needs a label. We're getting to that. But Lynch, you woke up one morning and said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. You go and you do the thing. Did you think through all these years you were an alcoholic?
Oh, I knew I was.
Okay, that's different. Some people don't, and they get.
No, I knew I was.
Okay,
I knew I was. There was no me saying no. When it got bad, and I knew I was an alcoholic. And at the time, I didn't give a shit about the consequences at the time, because you're so wrapped up in the disease.
Was that entirely accurate, though?
Was that what?
Entirely accurate as far as, and I could be wrong here. My limited understanding of this wasn't that Lynch had like an epiphany moment. It was that he did what he had to do because he was about to lose a lot of stuff in his life.
That's still an epiphany moment.
Yeah, okay. That's your come to Jesus.
Can you put Jesus any way you want, but you will show the fuck up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Herm, can you put Jen's comment on the screen so Matt can feel better?
I can see it.
No, I can definitely be a broad sometimes.
I can see the comment.
All right. Maybe the rest of the world would like to see them. Don't be greedy.
Okay.
But as far as self-diagnosis goes, everybody wants to think they're an expert in everything. If you a guy like me who likes to read and wants to know about things, yeah, I read about a lot of shit, and I can tell you through things that I've read within the last 15 years. There are certain things about me that I can put a name on. I'm not proclaiming and joining a club. I just see.
You're saying
I can see
this could be.
I could see the words I just read there apply to me based upon how I act, decisions I make, how I am. I can see where people, if they called me that, I wouldn't be insulted. Okay, because I've read that. I can relate that. I can connect to that definition or something within that definition that kind of explains me. When the problem with parents, young parents, I'm going to guess this kid's in 24, 25 ish.
A little higher, but not quite 30.
All right, so 27, between the ages of 20 and 30.
She is, if I'm doing my math right, 28, 27.
Okay, the problem with the people in that generation and the generation behind it is that they want instant gratification. They want what they want right now, and they're not going to fucking wait. So with this, and it's an understandable concern. You want to make sure your kid's okay. That's fine. I understand the concern, but saying I just know that this is true about my child without letting the child grow up to a point where it can be determined whether that kid is autistic, developmentally delayed, deaf. There's varying levels of deafness. Kids that are born when they're first born can hear perfectly, and then by a year and a half, they can't hear a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
It happens.
The inner ear development, yeah.
Yeah, the inner ear development, it gets to a point where they can hear perfectly, and then it just doesn't grow with them. As you grow, the cochlea and everything inside doesn't grow with you.
Right.
That's what causes the majority of cases that people are deaf. That's what happens, is this cochlear breakdown. But they've made advances in technology with cochlear repair in your head that you can put a cochlear implant in and wear a special thing on your head and you can hear.
As long as you're not the dude in that video, most people are happy that they get the cochlear implant.
No,
you hear her voice? She's annoying. Take it off.
Get off. Take it off. But so it's because they want what they want now. And they don't want to.
Okay.
They don't want to let things kind of go about their way to figure it out.
Do you think it goes back to what Jen said in the comment section, where it seemingly everybody needs a label nowadays? Like, I have this, therefore put me on.
When it comes to kids and shit like that, I don't believe it's them trying to affix a label to it. I think there is genuine concern behind that.
Oh yeah.
But when it comes to other things, when a girl who may be tomboyish and showing tomboy behavior, my kid's trans. I know it.
Let
the kid grow up. Don't make assumptions, or I don't know. My kid's autistic. I just know it.
Okay, he might be. Is another one lately.
So go to a doctor and get diagnosed, because your ignorance to actually confront the problem is going to make the problem worse if the kid actually is that thing.
Yeah.
You're going to do more damage in the time that you think that it might be true to the time that you may get your ass to a fucking doctor, which could be years in some cases, because the evolution of autism and Asperger's and all these other social anxiety diseases has blossomed in the last 20 years. Everybody wants to go to the fucking doctor and find out if they're fucked up.
That was in Chris's initial story. He said she hasn't gone to the doctor, and I'm getting the impression she doesn't want to. I mean, even
that's my whole point, Matt. That's my whole point, Matt. Is that they make these proclamations, but they don't do the steps to actually make them true.
Want to, or is it that as a parent, sometimes you hold off because medical shit is really fucking expensive, and I'm not sure she's deaf, but maybe there's something. But we're all parents, and sometimes we wait till we have more definitive signs, and maybe I'm just waiting until I see a doctor. But I think my kid's fucking deaf, but I'm not exactly fucking sure.
Well, and that was my next.
Yeah,
guys.
If I may,
that's my next explanation.
Right. Go ahead. I'll go next.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I mean,
and that's the flip. That's the flip side to my coin. Because if it were me, I would do that. I would wait a little while. Some kids advance differently than others. Not everybody has the same milestones at the same time.
Oh yeah, I know children that didn't speak.
That's why kids rank in a percentile.
Yeah, I've known kids that didn't speak like coherent sentences till they were 4 or 5 years old. Now you can't shut them up, and they speak so wonderfully, And to Herm's point, and I'm gonna go with I'm going to go 50-50 on this proclamation. Does she want to go and actually find out if this is happening? I think she does. It's just the dragging the feet part. Do you really want to know? Because the last thing that any parent wants to hear is your child has this deficiency. And for that moment in time, your whole world changes.
Unless
Unless
it's a Munchausen by proxy situation.
in this case, I wouldn't say that. What I do know about this young lady is that's not going to be whatever her name was, Dee Dee Blanchard bullshit.
Mm.
No, she's got her feet on the ground. Big funny story. My daughter didn't speak till she was 4 because she had fluid in her ears, so she couldn't hear but wasn't deaf. She also
that's
eats
interesting.
every cookie in the building, and I don't know who gave them to her, Jen, but no, I know she loves cookies.
What building?
My house. Super Bowl party years ago when Jen's daughter was just a little thing. Everybody's partying and you got the Doritos and the chips and dip and whatever, and the young lady just wanted a cookie. So I walked her into the kitchen. We got a cookie, and she would go back and forth and look around. Where's mom? I said, don't worry about mom. Come with me. I just gave her a stack of fucking cookies, and off to the races we went.
How old's the kid now? Is she fully functional?
Oh my God, she's like 20 bazillion. She's in her 20s and she's doing real well.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Spitfire of a kid too. Wow. That was the best
But
Super
now,
Bowl party
going
ever.
Going back to the point.
Yes.
We're going back to the point. Fuck all the way off, Bernes.
Fuck all the way off, Burns.
There's a point.
Yeah,
There's a point now. Go ahead.
But going back to the point, your question. Yeah, people do like to want to label some. They just want a label for everything, where some things just don't fit in a box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do.
Sometimes there is a yeah.
Jesus.
They knock the hell out of the sides, right?
Knock the bottom right out of that thing.
Oh my God.
But yeah, some people are quick to jump and judge and make these assumptions and hang a label on it, like the brief point I made about my kid's trans, or my kid's gay, or my kid's this, or my kid's that. Kids are kids, man. When I was 4, I wavered between what my favorite ice cream flavor was, whether it was chocolate or vanilla.
Did that make you gay?
No, that's what it's
maybe,
Oh, okay.
that maybe like ice cream, but kids change your mind about everything all the time. I mean, even when I was a teenager, your mind just races all the time. You don't know what you're gonna. You don't even know yourself at that time. And then as you get older, you kind of.
You ain't never had sons.
Huh?
You ain't never had sons.
No, I ain't. I was one.
Sons. And I
I was one.
right now that I know you were, and I can tell you right now that his mother, all of us, were not so certain that Brenton might not be gay when he grew up. He was extremely metro. His entire fucking girlfriend base was friend base was girls. His entire friend base was girls all the way up through high school. Still is, to the point where the boyfriends fucking hate him because he's just their friend and not trying to get into their fucking pants. But they all think that he's like all of them. But as somebody who had a son that was extremely metro, extremely fashion conscious, extremely into getting his nails done and manicures, having his hair done right, we're talking like haberdashery type shit that was not his father's or his fucking family's fucking forte.
Right.
The worry about that is an actual possible thing, and thinking it and having to think it the whole fucking thing through to the far fucking end as a parent when they're 5 is an actual required skill, because you need to be able to handle shit and be ready, and you prep yourself. And I think my kid could possibly, maybe down the road, might be. You talk to yourself. You say things. You think things. Am I sure now? No. That motherfucker is a dapper fucking Don. He brings some beautiful girls to events. He's dating gorgeous girls. But there was a time long before he was the business major, and it all worked. And his dad was just a dirty fucking chef, and his parents were blue collar. That was a legitimate concern. Like, whose fucking kid is this? This is not my kid. And there's you.
No. I'm formulating. That's my fault. I'm formulating a thought.
No, I hear you.
I completely understand what you're saying.
And I'm literally coming from a place of love, because you have to. That's what are you gonna do? Like, if he's gay, well, so the kid's into fucking the ballet instead of fucking football. But don't think I'm not going to the fucking ballet and rooting for that little bastard like it's a football game. You call that a fucking pirouette? You get your fucking head in the game, buddy. Get on stage.
I've never seen anybody kicked out of a ballet before,
but that's solid
kid.
parenting right there.
Spinny shit.
Because there's a lot of parents that freaking
spinny shit
send their kids to like be reprogrammed and shit. I mean, not everybody is accepting of their kids' choices.
That's coming up, because the word therapy is a big thing.
Sees this, I don't want him to think that I thought he was, but there were indications that he only hung out with girls. He was very comfortable. There wasn't a lot of male friends. There were possible signs. As a parent, you have to get yourself ready.
Yeah.
And ask yourself,
I think it's responsible parenting.
What are you going to do as a parent, sir? And I'm just going to love my kid. I just got to buy 2 fucking tuxes for his wedding.
To your point, there was a time, I want to say around 10 or 11, where Emma asked me the question, Dad, what would you do if I were gay? I said, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing would change. I would love you the same. I'd raise you the same. I'd treat you the same. I would not be uncomfortable. If Emma were a boy, I would not be uncomfortable. And we kind of went off on the gay tangent when I'm talking about more
kind of
medical things.
Like,
but yeah.
Who knows? Like, who knows? Like, if it had gone further, who knows? But it's my kid. One way or the other. We'd figure out the whole he, she, you, they, them, zim, z thing down the road. But regardless of that, that's my fucking kid.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
For me, even Emma's done it at 17 now. I know that's hard to say and not have Lynch crinkle his forehead and just go, ugh. Where she says, Dad, I think I have this. Like, no, you don't. Stop it. Well, my friend said, well, your friend's not a fucking doctor. Okay? I'm not a fucking doctor. None of us on this panel are a fucking doctor. Don't look at this, though. That's self-titled. I identify as Dr. Bernes.
You just play one on TV.
That's right. PhD, BMF, YSMFO.
You sucky motherfucker.
Ooh, I like that, but that means you, sir, may fuck off.
Yeah, I know.
It's different when...
that's what it means. Okay.
When I was at my lowest and I started doing therapy, and I'm going to get to your point about therapy. I think it was Marsh that brought it up. I went to therapy. I'm like, okay, what is wrong with me? Let me talk to you about my life. Let me talk to you about the trials and tribulations. And after about 6 weeks, it was, well, I think you're clinically depressed. And I said, really? I thought I was bored. I just went in there just as me, much like me talking to you guys. I don't treat, I don't put the therapist on a pedestal. I walk in every week, and when we were doing it by Zoom, the first thing I would say is, good morning, let the shit show begin. Because it's all it is me dumping my personal shit onto your carpet, and you're going to make a puzzle out of it, and you're going to tell me what's wrong with me, which is fine. You have to accept whatever they tell you to an extent. I didn't want medication. I refuse medication. 1,000% not going to do it. However, here's a book. Here are some exercises. Here's something you can do. I can't remember other than my dad passing away a year ago where I was so down in the dumps that I call it the stupid, the voices in your head that, you're like, you know what? Maybe it would be better if you weren't here. No, that's never been a thought. It was a thought many moons ago when I had 24-hour Psycho watch parked across the street from my parents' house. Herm remembers. But, you know, the thing that I hate the most, this goes off the self-diagnosis topic, is the phrase that I hear a lot lately is conversion therapy. Let me break this to you. All therapy is conversion therapy. Herm breaks his shoulder at work, has to go to physical therapy. You're turning a hurt person into a strong, healthy person. I go because I need to know what's going on with my squash upstairs. You're taking a depressed person and trying to turn them into a happy person. Lynch goes through his alcoholism, his rehab, and now his recovery. They're turning a drunk person into a sober person.
No,
Every therapy technically
no.
is conversion.
The therapist and the people for Lynch are giving him tools.
That's what I just said.
No.
They're giving him the tools to
He
work.
doesn't convert.
You or he makes the change.
Correct.
That's the difference.
I said that
Nobody-
early on in the sentence.
There's no.
I-
There's no. But I'm just saying.
I agreed. No, I'm with you, and I said that it's try. You have to do it. You have to do the work. I could go to therapy every week, and I could just sit there and pick my nose and scratch my ass or dream about Marsh's luscious 9-head, and just think to myself, you know, this is a waste of my fucking time. Why am I spending $65 on this bullshit? I'm just going to go home and I'm going to do the same stupid behavior that has plagued me for years and years and years and years and years and years. And Jen just mimicked all of our thoughts. A good therapist gives you the tips and tricks to work through your problems. They don't solve them for you. No, they don't. But they kind of point you in the right direction. But at its core, all therapy is conversion therapy. You're converting from one set of behaviors or physical maladies to another. I understand why people get hot at the term conversion therapy. I do. Especially in this day and age where there's the raging debate. I'm not going to get into the weeds on this one. But if you think you have a problem, not if your parents think you have a problem, not if this one, that one, whatever, do the work. If you do the work, look at him. Look at him.
Yep.
You get rewarded.
Yep.
If you do the work, you get rewarded. It's not just a sign up on the second level of Mohegan Sun. That is one of the best pieces of advice I've ever heard, ever.
What?
If you do the work, you get rewarded.
Well, therapy is only as good as what you put into it. Number
Correct.
one. But the main thing that I will espouse to anybody who wants to hear it is that being honest with yourself and telling the truth is what you need to do.
That's truly the heart of all therapy.
Yes.
That's all
Well,
of it. It's literally developing a one-on-one, honest, truthful relationship with one fucking person in your life. And then you develop that relationship, and that relationship, by proxy, slowly spreads. That's the true essence of therapy.
I mean, one could argue, and I will not, that physical therapy is different. But by the same token, you're doing exactly the same
psychological
thing.
therapy.
Right, but you're actually doing the same thing when you go to physical therapy. I want to take this broken bone in my back, which I just did a year ago, January, and I want to make it better again. I want to be stronger. I want to be able to move. I'm in my 50s, for fuck's sake. I don't want to be 70, curled over like a question mark, using a cane and a walker, asking the girl at Walmart, where's the spaghetti sauce? I don't want it to be like, does your spine have pepperoni disease? Maybe you should see a doctor. You know, all therapy converts from one thing to another. And it's all about being healthier. And to your point, Lynch, and to your point, Herm, you guys are in lockstep with what's up here with what I'm thinking right now is that, again, the tools, the dedication. You have to be dedicated to the therapy in order to make it work. If you just go and sit for an hour and watch the second hand on the clock do this, you've already lost. You've already lost.
Well, that's why I learned that the hard way. You have to be honest with yourself, and you have to be honest with the person you're talking to. And Herm's absolutely right. You learn to be honest with that one person. It makes you more comfortable being honest with more people in your life. Your relationship with another person. Then there's the third person.
And
then
you
there's
only start to want only people that are truthful and honest around you, and everybody
Exactly.
else starts getting fucking
Exactly. I mean,
And
because,
I get. Go
and
ahead.
I see that right now with the way the temperature of the country right now is, and this goes into something that you and I both engage in, and other people that we know engage in on Facebook are these. Somebody, you know what? I wrote it down because this is a good quote.
Ooh, he wrote it down. This is exciting.
You must have worked on this for weeks.
Yes.
I read this last week.
Okay.
And I wrote it down. No amount of real facts or evidence will ever change an idiot's mind.
1,000% correct.
So, with people wanting to hang labels on other people without really having the conversation, tells me all about that person. They're an idiot. And they're not worthy of my time. I will engage, and I will poke, and I will prod when I think it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I just move along because it's not worth my time to waste my time with a fucking idiot that no matter what you say, no matter what you present to them, will not change their mind.
If I got a story for you.
And then if that's part of me being honest with myself. Years ago, I would sit there and get upset about it. It's not worth getting upset about.
No.
They're not going to change my mind about them.
Right. One of the things I learned in my therapy is I was never a forgiving person. I would hold grudges until the day I die. And if you died before I did, I was going to piss on your grave. And then somewhere about 8 years ago, I started to think, what if it were me? What if it were me looking for that apology? What if it were me atoning and owning, and that's a big part of it, owning your shit and going and sitting down with the person you did wrong and saying, hey, I'm like ridiculously sorry. If there's a way I can try to prove this to you. Well, unfortunately, forgiving Chris is also ignorant Chris, because this past week I answered the phone. Big fucking mistake. The usual suspect, Lynch. And by the time it was over, I learned that forgiving Chris sometimes forgives the wrong people. In my heart, it's good to forgive. But you keep exhibiting the same behaviors over and over and over again. And I keep letting you back through the door. Jen comes in with, don't argue with stupid. They'll bring you down to their level, then beat you with experience. Much like this situation I'm talking about now. I keep letting this person back through the door when all they want to do is turn everything around and put it squarely in my lap. So everything's my fault.
I'm a little confused as to who it was.
At what point did you just didn't know?
I just did it 3-4 days ago. Just did it.
I mean, for now. But
no, there's no for now. Everything blocked. The beauty of today's technology is you can block phone numbers, you can block socials.
Right.
I can block their email. Never again. And I wasn't mad during this conversation.
Psycho from last year?
Yup.
Oh, what the fuck, dude?
I answered the phone. I had a moment of weakness. Sorry.
Why?
Because when I learned to be forgiving, I didn't learn how to have a filter on it. That's what I'm learning now.
Well,
and guess
all right.
what? This afternoon,
write this down.
Hold on.
Write this down in your notepad today.
Give me a second.
My filter.
Well,
this afternoon at the therapist, that's the first thing he said was, that shit has to stop. Use that exact phrasing. That shit has to stop.
Was part of it because little Chris was doing the thinking for big Chris?
Nope.
Okay.
Not in the least.
All right.
Good morning, Kahuna. Matt Sterling is in the comment section all the way from Perth, Australia.
Yo. What's going on tomorrow? How's tomorrow?
Yeah, how's
it's
tomorrow?
It's tomorrow there.
Oh, gotta love Kahuna. No, but yeah, I mean,
you know what, Chris?
go ahead, please.
I'm subject to the same folly. I've done it before. When they would not have the balls or the gall to do this again, and they do. I mean, life is a series of disappointments. Mm-hmm. Some are greater than others, and every once in a while you get surprised with a really nice thing.
Got to eat
And
shit
that-
before you get to the prime rib.
I mean, you got to knock down some fatties to get to the hot chick.
Not me.
I don't.
You wouldn't,
agree.
you see, you don't let me finish the sentence, you
I don't agree.
formerly fat fuck. I can't say fat fuck anymore. I could, but it's not going to be true. See, then I would be lying, wouldn't I? See, I was going to say, except at Herm's Fall Roaster, where everything is delicious. And I can't even say that because that goes against our principle of Herm, this tastes like shit. Thank you, Chris, so much. So I have see, we have this problem here, Herm, this communication thing. Anyway, what up, JR, in the comment section? Titties and
Well,
beer.
it's great to be able to. Hey, what's up, JR? Long time no see.
Hope you're doing good, kid. No, you were saying just now.
I don't even remember what
Okay.
point I was going to. Oh, it's
Life
nice
is
to
a
think
series
that
of
we
disappointments.
finished each other's conversations. Yeah, life is a series of disappointments,
He's a
and
fucking
but
retard and he was
the
telling
crowd.
That's where we're at.
Who was a retard? Me?
I'm a retard.
I answered the phone. You're exactly right.
That's what I just said. He was a fucking
Oh yeah,
retard
yeah.
Because he knew who was calling.
Watch, and I own it.
We're hearing about it. That's all.
And I own it.
That's
I
all.
mean, how many times has this happened before?
Dozens.
Really?
Half a dozen in the last 2 years.
Okay.
To be completely honest and fair.
This
I think I
Susan
scared
Powder
her.
motherfucker. Okay.
What did you say?
This Susan Powder motherfucker. Stop the insanity, bitch. Stop the insanity. You don't remember Susan Powder?
I do. That's what
I
I
do.
think.
They brought in the
Stop
info. The
insanity,
TV.
bitch. Susan Powder, bitch.
Yeah,
right
I-
here.
Okay. So, Chris is Susan Powder? Is that what?
No, Chris has to learn from Susan Powder.
He gets the reference.
I thought this chick that he kept bugging him
Susan
looked like
Powder used to
Susan
tell
Powder.
everybody stop the insanity.
No, God, no.
And she was a fitness person, and she's good. She
Yeah,
had
I
a talk
remember.
show and stop the insanity.
Yeah.
And he gets the reference. That's all that fucking matters.
Yep. And the fact that in
Some
only 4
motherfucker
days,
Pick up the phone, and now he's got to atone for it and own up for it.
I picked up the phone. No, I answered the call is what I did. I answered the call.
This nigga think he Batman. No, I answered the call.
You don't know
Batman
what
well.
I got You don't know what I got hanging
Uncle
upstairs.
Sam didn't call you, bitch.
So, did you make it
I'm Batman well.
Did you make it abundantly clear to the
No.
person that this was the last time? Or did
Yes.
you just block everything?
Oh no, yes, yes, and yes.
Your first response
I was asked
should have
to-
been,
I'm supposed to answer
not
for.
today, Satan.
I'm supposed. Oh, hold on. The last text I sent
Not today.
because after I got rage hung
She
up
should
on.
be in your phone as that, just Satan.
Jesus Christ.
No, she doesn't get that
Satan.
title. She gets Satan.
Santa?
I was like, Santa Claus? Is that you?
Santa Claus calling me all the way from the North Pole?
Whatever you say, you
Heard.
delusional cunt.
Satan Claus. Heard.
So, did this start off cordial and it just
Yes.
it deteriorated
starts
over
off
20
cordial.
minutes?
It always.
Okay.
You know what? Actually, hold on. Time out. Let me clear the table real quick.
I can tell you exactly what
Oh
happened.
my fucking Christ.
bet
Can one
money
person
I know
talk
what
at a time?
Watch this, bitch. I'm gonna predict shit I haven't even seen. It started off extremely cordial. How you doing? Hey, what's up?
Nostra Herm.
Da da da. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
Small talk. Small talk. Small talk. She brought up something that she either happened in the past that she felt he really hasn't atoned or admitted or dealt with.
She didn't get her closure.
And she tried to pivot, and while he was in a good mood and chatty Cathy, and he didn't pivot, and then she got defensive and nasty and accusatory and awful.
It's a classic woman move.
No, I'm
Oh,
no.
that's
I'm not even going
not
to say
fair.
that a classic woman move. This is a classic move for this individual. It has nothing to do with.
I'm
woman or
joking.
man. This is a no. I know. I just don't want anybody to think I'm agreeing and I'm sexist by saying it. This is a classic move for this individual. I can tell you exactly. I'll bet the same. How much is in my fucking Venmo account?
$20 last I checked.
55 because I've saved the last couple of bets.
You
So,
horse shit cocksucker.
where the fuck my Venmo balance? Now I gotta call it up.
Here's actually what it
But it's
was.
55, but still, I'll bet money. I'll bet I'm damn fucking close. So close,
The demand is I apologize for something I didn't do. And then the second one was I apologize for something I've already apologized for and taken ownership of. You can't have it both ways. If I didn't do something, I'm not going to apologize for it. Hey, I'm apologizing for doing this imaginary bullshit. No.
On the dick, and he said no skank, so she rage quit. Okay.
Jen, I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but it's kind of like that.
Really?
I fucking knew it.
Is she a
It's a repeat of the last
well, no, she always approaches.
time that I interacted with her.
That's exactly what I said. She always approaches with the we should be.
Well, how you doing?
She always approaches with the we should have been a thing, and then it turns into
she starts with a nice, slow, sloppy blowjob with a little bit of tongue around the rim to get you all amped up, and then she hits you with all the fucking white guilt.
I'm not
exactly
even
what happened last time.
I'm not even going to qualify that, but you're right.
And I'm telling you, I think I fucking scared the shit out of her.
Whoa! How'd you do that?
You did.
You remember the last time
he sent her his picture
that you
Thankfully, no beer. Picture spot good, kid. Go ahead.
the last time that you and I had talked about her, I was asking you a bunch of questions.
Yeah, we told you that last time that you talked to her that was the last time you talked to her. So you have lost your talking privileges, and you will have radio free 5 minutes, like several times over the summer, and they'll be surprised. You're just gonna have to deal.
Not anymore.
Punishment.
And then
the way this is. You're not
anymore.
Someone started sending her like, you better watch your fucking step emails and texts.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I can't say who it is.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't.
The boys. That's all.
Totally not me.
Blink twice if I know the person.
Oh Jesus.
Okay, that's all I need to know. I don't need to know names. We're not. I haven't used her name.
No, fuck her.
But I'm not supposed. Hey, here's another good thing. I'm not supposed to talk to my friends about this because this is a private matter. I'm like, these are my friends. These people know more about me than anybody on earth.
Bitch, if for a minute I don't think that you're not gonna run your fucking mouth to all your big fat cow friends. You're out of your fucking mind.
Time out. Again, thank you. Good
mind.
Good timing. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you think you are. I don't particularly care if you were the president of the United States. Kahuna's back.
Sorry you're back. Heard.
No, I'm not sorry he's back. I'm glad he's back.
That's what it says. It doesn't say sorry, comma, I'm back.
It says sorry, I'm back.
Sorry, I'm back.
Sorry, I'm back.
You're good. Hey,
important,
there's
Matt.
different grammar rules in Australia.
Kahuna, you're good, Cobber. You're good. To be told I'm not allowed to talk about my life with, I'll be clear, you three and perhaps a very select few other people know me better than anybody on this planet. I think Lynch and Herm know me better than my own family does. I think Lynch and Herm have watched me grow, the whole gimmick. You guys know who I am as a person. You know my beliefs, my values, and my moral compass. Marsh is now, after a year and change of this bullshit, learning. And we all, again, every day we are in contact with each other. So for somebody to tell me, and here are the words that I heard: vile, disgusting. Those are the two main ones. That's who I am. That's self-diagnosis. That's Dr. Psycho telling me who I am. And I just, at one point I said, if this is how it's going to be, I just have to say no more. No more. I can't do this. I'm not going to give up my peace, my tranquility, my levelness. I stopped at my old job today to say hello to everybody after therapy.
Nice.
And they all said the same thing. You look great. You're smiling. We didn't see you smile for 7.5 years.
You were with this broad for 7.5 years?
No. I stopped at my old job to say hello to people. Pay attention. Wow. We'll work on this. And they all say the same thing. The new job and the increased therapy since Dad passed away. I'm more centered now than I've ever been in my life. I'm happier with myself and my surroundings and my friends and my family than at any other point in almost 53 years. You guys know me better than anybody. Am I vile? Am I disgusting? Am I just narcissistic and brutal? All of which may be true, but I usually save those terms for, like, I don't know, pedophiles, mass murderers, Hitler, the real Hitler, people who cause atrocities.
I think vile and disgusting gets overused. I mean,
It's a buzzword nowadays.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate because, when you start, it loses its juice, I guess.
The power behind much like racist, the power behind the word is gone. If you don't agree with me, you're a racist. If you don't agree with me, you're a phobe. You don't agree with me, you're this. And we've beaten this to death in past episodes. But to use those words that at any point in my life, I don't think I've ever been vile. Disgusting? Well, depends on how much I had to drink and how big the broad was. But yeah, none of those fit. None of those fit. I don't think, as I look at the three of you, that any one of you, if I were any of those things, would want even 10 seconds in a room with me, let alone an hour and a half a week, or watching Your House Lynch or Herm hell, we shared a fucking apartment together, and you'd want to shave my head, Marsh, so I'm just going to...
Yeah, I think you are just a haircut away from bliss.
It's possible. Hold on, let me...
You need one of these. Yeah.
All right.
I didn't go that quite that extreme.
When I go see... In a month, when I go see... Here's what I need you to do, Marsh. Send me a picture of your head, and I'll take it to Lisa, the girl who cuts my hair, and I'll say, can you do this? And after she's done beating me about the head and neck with a brush, she's going to say, no, you're going to get your usual haircut. You're going to shut the fuck up.
Well, Lynch looks like Gary Oldman from The Fifth Element right now.
He looks like Bad Santa.
But, that was my wife.
You ain't going to shit right for a week.
My wife, she was like, you have a barber who does an excellent job on you. I was like, yeah, sometimes I just like to switch it up.
Wow.
Last summer I told my wife I was going to shave my head. She said, you better not.
To the professionals next time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want the Costanza.
You get what you pay for real.
Right?
Better by practice.
Well, your hair is not where you want to practice.
And I'm going to say this.
Girls wanted the Jennifer haircut. I just want the George.
Yep.
Yeah.
The girl who cuts my hair, I have known literally... Shut up.
Better than Kramer.
The girl that cuts my hair, I've literally known all of my life. In grade school, we were...
100?
104.
Okay.
We were like, when we were children, we were dating, but you just lived 2 streets away and you hung out, and that was dating back when you were fucking 11 and 12. And we've maintained a friendship all these years, and she's just the best at what she does. So that's why I trust her.
Right.
And the one time I didn't go, which was a month prior, I went to the Norwich Great Clips. So, guys, if you hear this and you're near the Norwich area, don't go to the fucking Norwich Great Clips. They have notes. They have notes about how you like your gimmick. And Lisa read the notes because Lisa's done my hair forever and an hour, and she gets it right. This bitch damn near shaved my head to the point where it was like Tennis Ball Jones.
Nice.
And the first thing I did, because Lisa is a like a regional manager for Great Clips. So this bitch fucked up my hair, and I sent her a picture. She goes, "Oh my God, nope. Next time you come see me, don't do this anymore. Don't do this anymore." Done. You are lucky you can get your hair cut. Mine left me years ago. Oh, so you and Marsh are kind of on the same boat.
Yeah. I'm just one totally shaved head and a black wrestling singlet away from King Kong Bundy right now.
I was going to go with Oswald Cobblepot, but I'll take King Kong Bundy.
Either.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new mayor of Gotham, Matt Marsh. Herm, I'm throwing this to you. You and I were roommates. Yada. I've heard, not that I believed any of them, I've heard some of the horror stories. I believe some of them. I don't believe all of them. I have witnessed you at your best. I've witnessed you at your worst. I'm going to tell you right now, the person I see sitting in front of me today is a fantastic human being. At any point did I think you were vile, disgusting, whatever? Moments, maybe, but not this. I would never paint that overall picture with that big-ass broad brush and go, Michael P.S. Herman is vile, disgusting, yada, yada, Sirius Jones.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
Yeah,
well, see, Marsh, you wanted to oil me up, and that's not cool.
That's not cool. It's got a lovely lemon essence.
It really
to sex me up.
Stop it. Cool. Stop it. At any point in our history together, would you say I was vile or disgusting?
Who are you talking about, Herm or me?
Herm.
Oh.
No, not specifically, no.
Moments. We all have moments.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have got with that broad.
And let her call back years and years later.
You didn't think this through.
No, I did not. I got Martianitis.
No.
Hey, you know what? We all make mistakes, man.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
Sometimes your friend warned you about those mistakes, and
there are.
And then sometimes
this is how
the temptation is too good.
It's
what do you owe?
Temptation though. You got to give them a break too, because time makes you forget. It also makes people more forgiveful. It calms things down.
Our friend doesn't make good choices with women. That's
I'm not saying he does, but it's you're more the longer you get away from the point of origin, the more likely you are to fall back into the fucking trap if you don't have reminders.
The joke I like to make that, and I don't throw my ex-wife in this cauldron of hate, but since 2010,
no, Jim,
all the women I've met all come from Red Flagistan. Jen says, by any chance, is this the girl from the apartment in Brooklyn? No, it is not. No, it is not.
No, God, no.
No.
This isn't that broad you were dating 7-8 years ago, right?
No. This is an in-between girl.
No, this is a completely different mistake.
This is back when I first visited Red Flagistan back in the 90s. And then I kind of revisited in 2021, 2022. And shit just went to hell. I couldn't go to the White House and ask for money. I couldn't do shit. This was a war I had to fight on my own. To your point, you bearded prick. I was going to say, as you were rattling off how fucking ignorant I am, which all of it is true, of course, I did make 2 mistakes in the last 2 years. 1, I kept answering the calls. And 2, I didn't listen to my friends. And for that, I have to own it. And I have to say I'm sorry. And I have to say, I know everybody loves hearing this. I am a big fan of these words when people say it to me. Had I just listened, I'd have been okay. If you really want to know how bad, Marsh, this got, I will point you in the direction of my friend Bill Bingham. And one night at his house, every year, we get together and we watch the WWE Royal Rumble for the last couple of years. It's just our thing. Okay. And on this night, and I texted Lynch when I got home. Look, he's laughing. He already knows. I wouldn't even answer my phone. I had to put my phone away, like far from me.
I like history class.
30 missed phone calls and 50 angry texts. For a 4-hour block where I said out loud, now if I said this to any one of you three, I said, hey, I'm going, whether it's to Pastor Gary's or to Billy Bingham's or where the fuck I'm going to be. I'm going here. I'm going to be unavailable for 4 hours. Do not fucking bother me. Like the group chat, that goes on. You know why? Because I don't have to look at it. But if this phone, because I don't have notifications turned on, but if you text me, this is going to go off. If you call me, this is going to go off. 85 instances in 4 hours.
Whew. That's,
Red Flagistan Jones. Jen, some lessons can only be learned the hard way. Relationships are usually them. Dude, Jen, you win. Because as I've told Lynch on a number of occasions, and I have to remind my daughter every now and again when she says, when are you going to get back out there? I don't want to get back out there. I'm happy. I'm centered. I am content. If I decided tomorrow I'm going to pick up like a one-bedroom studio apartment somewhere and just have a TV, a bookshelf, and a whole bunch of shit, and just say, this is where I'm going to live out the rest of my days, and I still had access to you guys, my friends, and select few others, I'll die a happy man. I don't need much. Couple cold beers, couple really good books, documentary, food. You can't live without food or water. These are needs. And there's another one. Can I address this while we're here? I have needs. Oh, really? What are your needs? Because basically we all have the same needs. Food, water, shelter, and a job. I have needs. I need to be respected. I need to be loved. No, those are desires. Those are wants. Yeah, those are wants. I'm a simple human being. Not the way Herm's thinking, because I could see his mind I could see his mind go, there's a joke here. And if he said, no, wow, there's a first.
Well,
I'm a very simple human being. I have my friends. I have my family. I have good books, good beer, good food. I am content. Come and meet an Australian lass, Cobber. You are half Aussie. You know, you're the second person to tell me I'm half something in the last week, because Skip told me I was half Negro, which I don't understand.
I don't see it.
I didn't say that. I didn't say there weren't. I'm just saying now I'm half Aussie. What happened to the Italian side?
You could go. You're Italian?
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
Italian, Polish, Scottish, and whatever else my transient family threw into that mix.
Right on.
However, see, even now, Skip Perry knows what I'm doing right now. What does he do? He fucking texts me. He's the one that told me I was half Negro.
So,
well,
from the outside looking in,
half Negro.
Say again?
That's because Skip's only half Negro.
Oh, I told him that. You remember the old joke I used to make with Ronnie and Jamar? I'm like, look, the whiteness is trying to come out of you. Your hands and your feet both have white. You're 5% downloaded. And Skip just about fell out of his chair. It was hilarious. Yeah, I'm racist, though. I watch fucking NASCAR with a black guy.
Named Skip.
So from the outsider's perspective looking in, the reason we got upset at you is because we know what the definition of insanity is. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different fucking result.
I owned it. And I'm going to listen. I'm going to take my beating tonight.
It's not just a beating. It's just this is why you get frustrated.
But it's true.
As somebody who's doing something that you know it's not going to be desirable outcome.
But
Maybe
it's 1,000%. All right, good point. I'll go to your point, Marsh.
I mean, is it a self-harm situation?
No. I saw the name. I said, this is going to end one of two ways. Either it's going to be fun or it's going to end in disaster. And I gambled, and I don't gamble much, except with Herm, and I lose money, and fuck Ebony, fuck Cole Custer, fuck Catherine Legg, and fuck the fucking Diaz brothers, because he's got 55 of my hard-earned in his Venmo
Diaz
right
brothers.
now. Anyway, yeah, I gambled, and I lost. I doubled down. I went all in, and I lost. And I own it. That's the beauty of it. When I fuck up, I own shit. Lynch has been there, eye to eye, nose to nose, just yelling. And I'm like, although we've gone over that before and we were both wrong. Herm and I, round for round, guess what? Come out on the other side because somebody owns their shit. And if you don't own your shit, you're just a fucking loser. It's one thing I'm not.
Lost.
Oh, I lost that night.
I think anything you can walk away from and survive, you don't lose.
I lost time, and you can't get back time. Time I could have used to keep diving into this book that I'm reading. Time that I could have used talking to my daughter. Time that I could have used doing push-ups. Anything you could think of. Time that I could have spent on a bag of spicy nacho Doritos.
Right, but the bad things also make you appreciate the good things more.
1,000% correct, and that's why this is very good for me tonight. Also, the therapy session earlier today. I don't put the blame on myself. I blame myself for one thing and one thing only. Two things, sorry. Having a forgiving heart and answering that fucking phone. Those are the two things I did wrong.
Well, like I said earlier, I've learned that I fall victim to the same thing. I'll try it one more time.
I mean,
and
you and I, Lynch,
giving a good effort on my part. I didn't see what. I don't have the chat up.
Can you bring Jen's comment up on the screen? Because
she's right.
Yes. You gained a final lesson. That was going to happen eventually. You got it out of the way. Thank you, Jen. Jen, you've known me now nearly 30 years. Did any of those words you hear that was used to describe me? I mean, that's what I took away most from this whole thing because it did. It ate. Listen to me. I'm Corey now. It ate away at my soul. I'm like, am I vile and disgusting?
Well, disgusting. I don't know.
That's a sliding scale.
I'll give you disgusting on a sliding scale.
That's a very big sliding scale.
Going out with a 5-gallon bucket of mayonnaise and a blowtorch, and there's a lot.
I hate mayonnaise. You wouldn't catch me doing that. It'd be spicy brown mustard.
Slathering yourself up in condiments. So
ranch with a T.
Oh, that's an interesting.
That was Lynch sent that a couple weeks ago. Ranch.
Yeah, ranch.
That had me on my ass.
Ranch.
That was awesome. Thank you, Jen. Abso-fucking-lutely not. But again, and I'll say this, I'm owning my shit. If I'd have just listened to you limp dick motherfuckers, I wouldn't be in this position that I am today. But that night, made the decision. I'm out. I can't do this anymore. I'm not willing to willing to risk my peace, my sanity, and being level for someone that doesn't see value in someone else and just wants to dump their shit on my lap.
Yeah.
Well, and I've gone through that. I mean, that's part of being alcoholic in recovery is owning it and not being around time wasters.
Yep.
It gives you a pre-installed between therapy and therapy, AA, and rehab.
Mm-hmm.
I have a pretty big toolbox of resources that I can just rely on. In any given situation. And the hardest part of the recovery and the continued journey is who do I cut out of my life and at what time?
I will say this. Thank you, Jen. That is one of the nicest compliments you've ever given me. I will say this to the two of you. Marsh, you're still kind of new in this particular ball game with the three of us and how we all share a brain. Depending on what I need to hear, I contact one of these two. If I want to hear the soulful, just, from the deepest, darkest reaches of a person, we're all damaged in some way. But if I want to hear from the deepest, darkest regions of a damaged person and make it make sense, I call Lynch. I swear to God, in another life, Herm was Italian. Because Herm does it the way my grandfather did it, God rest his soul. His first action is to smack you on the back of the head, right where the head meets the neck, and go, "The fuck is wrong with you?" And then you learn the life lesson. But he comes at you with the smack first. Lynch smacks last. Herm will give me that pop in the back of the head and go, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Bullshit.
Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with you? Here's the 6 things you did wrong.
You're a fucking idiot.
And then by the end, he goes, "Did you get the point?" Yes. He is my even though my grandfather died in 93, I think his soul went into Herm's body because that slap in the back of the head, same every time. And that's why I look to you guys.
Well, and people will shit on therapy and say it's a fucking joke, blah, 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 blah. That's because you don't take it seriously. It's because you don't take it seriously.
You get what you put in.
You're either you think you're so perfect that you don't need help, or you know you're sick, and you just don't want to admit it.
Well, to that point,
anything to do with mental health, a lot of people don't want to admit that they have a problem.
No, going to your point,
it's just like drug use, and alcohol.
But I don't need therapy. And
some do.
That people will tell me that that oh, see, that's what people say.
No,
but
and some people don't.
Therapy.
No, some people do not.
Some people don't.
I own everything. Everything's good. I know exactly where everything is coming from. I know everything that's fucked up about my childhood.
Exactly. Watch Lynch's face real quick. Years ago, Cuntzilla decided to go to therapy. And all I heard was, "My therapist said you, and my therapist said you, and my therapist said you." I'm like, interesting. Did you tell the rest of the story?
It's one-sided.
Of course it is.
And
now,
that's all about being truthful.
I'm sure that's not what how any of that went.
Of course not.
In my left nut, the right nut, my whole ass, longer ass, skinny because I'm skinny dick. He pointed out behaviors that he was exhibiting, and this is just from the story. He was told she was given tools to counteract that, but instead of focusing on the tools, she focused on who was at fault. That's not any kind of good therapy, use of therapy.
No, it's just deflection.
Yes. And I knew that. I knew that.
Because believe it or not, some people don't want to hear the truth. And they don't want to be told that this is wrong with you. And it's a hard pill to swallow. My mom had to swallow that pill from her own son.
Did she ever?
Because after my dad died, she had to. She had
gloves came off
because it was.
I thought but if your mom's a narcissist, they don't acknowledge any culpability on their part.
Let me throw a scenario at you.
They do if they can
you were
spin
still
it in a way that makes them look good.
Exactly.
Yes. So let me spin this little story to you. My dad dies in 2014, owing a horse guy a lot of money. In the tens of thousands of dollars that nobody knew about. My mom claimed that she didn't know about all this money, and then I started finding all these bills and all these credit cards in only his name. He was trying to provide a lifestyle for her that they could not afford.
Oh, and she didn't know.
And she didn't know. And when she first, one of the first things she asked after my father died is, "Can I buy the horse for her?" The fuck you talking to? Fuck no. You need to give that horse back to Bill and pay him what he's owed. You didn't give me any of this when I was growing up. You barely paid attention to me. So guess what? You're a fucking adult. Act like it. Your husband spoiled you for the last 15 fucking years of his life, and you got comfortable.
Mm-hmm. And that, to me, is kind of where I'm going with psycho is that she's been treated a particular way by people either by force or the other people's choice. I'm the princess, love me, cater to me, and you found me who will give you the straight shit no matter when you ask it.
How did you meet this broad?
Not having this conversation here on the show. Let's just say it was many moons ago when the earth was young and Herm had hair.
I still have hair. I just choose.
Yeah, but not the luxurious dark Elvis gimmick you had back in 1994.
I had good hair.
You had really good hair.
You
The
did.
beard was suspect. The beard
That shit
was
was like-
suspect.
John Travolta, freaking.
I had really good hair.
The beard was suspect because he didn't do. His dad could pull this shit off. His dad did the Abraham Lincoln, and his dad
Yeah,
rocked
mine
that
works
look.
fine. I had complete full beard. It was just the way I cut it.
The way you cut it was weird because you had these two devil things that came up, but you had the Abraham Lincoln, but the two devil horns.
And then
It was like your chin was throwing me this.
It just didn't fill in as
But it was gorgeous. And, again, that's when I met this particular person. And thankfully now 31, has it been 31? Jesus Christ. 31 years later, she's gone. And I'm sitting
Been
here.
that
And
long. Jesus Christ.
it's a long, strange road. We'll talk about it. We'll have coffee. I'll shake your hand. No, I won't.
This look,
I'll,
let's see. This look has existed, with the exception of this becoming a tiny little fade when I got professional at the casino, and instead of looking like a skinhead, I wanted something a little militant and just flat top, a little.
the
less
flat top was gorgeous.
Tammy always did a good job of that, but this look has existed since the day that my first wife and I broke up.
Mm-hmm. And your
I shaved my
ex-wife
head
cut.
that day in rebellion because I shaved off the beard and shaved my head because she hated the idea of both, and I just did fucking both of them.
Fuck it.
And
Your
I've had-
ex-wife.
That's the look I've had.
Your
since.
ex-wife cut my hair once, and she did a fantastic
Oh
job.
no,
but
not
was,
that one. No, not
No,
not
I'm
that
talking
one.
about the second one.
Oh yeah, she did. She was amazing.
How many
Because
have you
you're
had?
talking about.
Huh?
How many ex-wives have you had?
2.
He's
Oh.
not. He's not fucking Liz Taylor. Jesus Christ.
Well, I don't fucking know.
2.
You
I
mentioned
had,
multiple.
I had my
You're-
first son's wife, and then the wife with my second 2 children. And
Okay.
then I've got now. I'm married to Jen for.
All right. You know what? I should just say names at this point. Tammy cut my hair once, and she did a fantastic job. She
She's
is
great.
a master of her craft. The problem was that was the day that her and I both learned that we don't like each other very much.
Isn't that the one you live with?
No, that's Terry.
Oh. Fucking confused. Oh, they're okay. Tammy Terry. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
His current wife, Tom, is in the other room right now.
Tobias. He's black.
Bias.
He's black. We have mixed children. and we run a
Tobias. She's from
lovely bed and
Nigeria.
breakfast. We run a lovely bed and breakfast in Vermont.
Yeah.
That seems. You know what? That seems to come up a lot.
Plantains.
That seems to come up a lot when people watch this show who have never watched it before. Folks that I work with, they're like, "Why do you guys always talk about the lesbians running a bed and breakfast in Vermont?" I'm
I
like,
feel
"Where
like
else
that's
do?"
like the perfect like if that'd be me if I was gay. It'd be like we'd move to Vermont. They're very bed and breakfast.
Dude, you're not gay, and you would run a bed and breakfast in Vermont. You'd rock that shit.
Maybe you could make
With
pancakes
me
I
being
actually
back in the
like.
house
Who
and
knows?
Jen being in front of the house, a bed and breakfast would totally fucking work.
All right, Marsh threw down the gauntlet. Maybe you could make him pancakes he would actually like.
I gave him a pancake recipe.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't matter. You have to make it. He has to sit in front of you and eat it, and you have to watch him, like the menu.
The Menu. Oh, I've watched that movie about a month ago. I
Fuck
really
yeah!
I love
like
that
The
movie.
Menu.
Him watching
that
her
movie.
eat the cheeseburger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really
Oh,
enjoyed that.
fuck.
That's what
how
made
I-
me watch the
that's
whole
how
movie.
That's how I swear to God. That's how I watch Jen. All right, we have 2 chairs. Like I sit here and she sits here, and that's literally how when I serve Jen. When I serve Jen, you saw like last night I brought
Yeah,
her
it was gorgeous.
shawarma. and it was fucking amazing. I made pickled onions with lime that afternoon. Did some beautiful shit that high end shit. Um, but that's how I served her. Like I served it like on a plate, like you'd get it at a restaurant. Every meal she gets is that way. It's a dollop and a smear with a spoon
A
push,
schmear.
and something is shingled and layered and drizzled around. Like you guys
A
see it. Every
shingle.
fucking plate I serve her
Can
looks
you-
like she's being served at a
Can you
schmear.
can you shingle my drizzle, please?
Swear
I
to
think
God,
I think
bro,
it's
there's
not
like
even.
drizzles and shingles and spoon pushes and techniques that nobody else is doing. I'm literally doing
No,
this on a plate for her.
you can't practice your spoon push technique on my anus.
Oh,
What the
That's all.
fuck?
She gets some really high end shit, man. And
yes.
Spoon push.
I love.
All right. I've got a question. Marsh, are you going to be here next week?
I should be.
Depends on
Good.
the
You get to
payment.
choose the topic, and you're going to run the show, except for the open, which is all mine, unless I'm on a plane, which I was a year ago today. That's when
On
Lynch
a jet
opened the show.
plane.
I was a Bingo Jet Airliner.
Bingo, Jed had
Jed
a light
had a
on.
light on. So Marsh is going to choose next week's topic. We're going to have some fun. Thank you for being, all of you, the comment section, these three ridiculous, retarded human beings,
Great.
and
So
myself.
Next week is like what fabric replaced gold lame and how it's been effectively applied.
Yeah.
Since
If
And we all
the
have to
word
have matching
Megaforce
haircuts.
comes up, I quit.
I'm just gonna say who had the best Bee Gees hair is not a real topic, bro. It's
Oh
was your-
no, we could
Very.
do an hour and a half on that. I have
Very.
Who was your
I have
favorite?
answers.
Who is your favorite Village people?
heard the best Jersey
The cop.
blowout. Who's got the best
Indian.
Jersey blowout? I
Best jersey blowout.
fucking grenade.
If you're available, half an hour is the Speedway review. We got news and notes with Statboy Corey. We got Braylon's picks. We got all three series from Martinsville and from Above the Yellow Line, the creator of the entire channel, and a very good-looking woman, Taylor Kitchen's going to join us from 9 to 9:30 talking about the Cup Series. We're going to have some fun. Come join us. I know you'll be there, Mr. Lynch. So have some fun. Do not cut your hair like Matt Marsh, and we will see you next week.
All right.
Cut your hair however the fuck you want it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's your head. If you want to look like a,
You want to look like a thumb with eyes?
happy-
Do it.
like a happy thumb, a happy thumb.
I do
That's
look like
right.
Gary Oldman.
It's shiny.
How is it that my face is thinner than yours? How the fuck is that even fucking possible? I'm just saying.
It's bone structure.
Thank you.
Judgment falls upon you at first light. I'm the hand of God. I'm the dark Messiah. I'm the vengeful one. In the blackest moments of a dying world, what have you become?
I can't hear anything again.
And if you've learned nothing else tonight, friends don't let friends have Matt Marsh cut their hair.
Yeah, that would be good.
That's
I don't understand.
Cool.
Like, oh, back.
Jingle, my drizzle.
yo. Turn your head completely to the side.
I can't hear you, so I'm just making shit up.
Oh, wait, stop. Back it up. Back it up. Stop.
You want me to fly like the eagle?
Everybody focus on that motherfucking line right there.
Fly
We'll talk to you
like the
next
eagle?
week.
Bye, y'all.
Yep.